Alrighty. All right. Interesting. All right. Whatever. All right. So, what are we looking at today? Essentially, I'm feeling a little bit neutral, but leaning a little more bearish. I feel like we've done a bit of work to this buy side. We've had one, two, three, four drives higher, and each time has subsequently come with a pretty heavy move against it. I don't know. I'm feeling neutral today because I don't know. I just looking at the high time frame, I don't see a whole lot. I mean, we obviously have this buy side level. We have all time highs. Ugh. I also really like this sweep and this reversal down here on Tuesday, like Tuesday low of week, setting up for a climb for the rest of the week. I don't know. I just don't see us coming down to here, but I could definitely see us trading down to that opening hour low, maybe coming into this low here, but I don't see us coming all the way down here, so it's hard to be really bearish, but it's also hard to be bullish right now. I'm kind of just gonna let the market decide, I think. Coming into this opening bell, just see what we're gonna. I can barely talk right now. Ugh. Sorry, working overnights. It's kind of hard to get the head in the game after that, but it's all good. So the thing I'm eyeing the most right now is this hourly gap. We were holding it. It was utilized to send price higher. It didn't take out this significant liquidity level, but it did take out this high. and then we inverted this 1 hour, and then now we've inverted this 1 hour. This is what's giving me the leaning bearish bias. So I do think the immediate draw for us is this low. Where we go from there, I'm not sure. There is also a larger 4 hour gap that we're currently trading inside of. I think today what we could get is a early morning move, and then I think a later morning move is kind of the two different scenarios I'm looking at right now. Because it's hard to say. There's really not much. Like, it could just be more of an inside session. Obviously, it's not ideal, but I'm just not seeing a whole lot. Whereas yesterday when I came to the market, I mean, I went over this yesterday. I was going to do a review, but I ended up not getting around to it. But going over it yesterday, it was so obvious to me because Tuesday set a low of week, which took a previous week low, which is a significant low. We had these large wicks that kind of showed a huge rejection, and then the preceding three candles kind of expanded higher. We then retraced to exactly OTE, holding this 1 hour gap, and then had an overnight move higher. So then coming into open, it was kind of like, okay, let's see a bit of a retracement, and then let's push up higher. We got exactly that. The bias was pretty easy. Again, on Tuesday, the bias was pretty easy because we were hovering very close to this previous week low. After failing to take it, it seemed obvious that we would want to push down into that level and then see a reaction off of it or continue lower to that sell side. We saw the reaction off of it. Two relatively easy days to determine. Today, I'm not as confident. I don't know exactly what I'm going to be writing down for my projections today, but I mean, it's hard to argue with a with this low here. I feel like this low is the target for right now. It's the draw, and I wouldn't be surprised if we get a 9:30 open where we just kind of rip right down to it. It would be nice to be able to be positioned in that, but yeah, I don't know. We had a large move lower with some news, with some Iran news once again. It seems like this week it's been a bit of some Iran news. We haven't seen that in a couple of weeks, which has been nice. It's been really quiet on the news front, really quiet on the Trump front. It's probably been one of the more quiet stretches we've had this year, in 2026. But yeah, we had some news that came out at 6:30, around 6:30ish, and we've kind of had some resistance inside of that 5-minute gap. So I'm just kind of seeing a little bit of a consolidation here. Currently, we do have SMT, but I'm not quite seeing the reaction you'd want to see off of an SMT, so I'm not really eyeing that too much, but what I'm seeing is a consolidation. I would like to see one of these sides get manipulated, hopefully the sell side, and I could see potential for us to do something like this today. We come back up, but overall, looking at overnight session, we did sweep previous day high already. We don't have SMT there, but sweeping previous day high and then sweeping this again, but failing to displace higher kind of shows a lack of strength in the market, and a potential for us to maybe see some lower prices today. We're below the opening price of the day right now. I really think there's big potential for us to come down into the 2900, 2908. After that, potentially a bounce, but I don't think it's a significant enough. I don't think these two levels are significant enough for us to expect a wick and then 1 minute V-shaped inversion that ends up being a low of day. So I don't know. I'm kind of bearish coming into the morning. I think that's what I'm gonna ride with. I'm gonna ride with the bears. Oops, I don't even know. I have no idea how to work this stuff, so whatever. Yeah, we're gonna kind of ride with the Bears, I think, this morning. Alright, let's get something today, man. No trade day yesterday. 2 losses on the week so far. We're down about 1 hour, but one trade can make all that up. So let's try and get a nice winning day today. Let's try and get a nice winning day. But something I was eyeing on the 5 minute coming into open was this 5 minute order block, because when we closed on the hourly and we opened up at 9 o'clock, we had a strong kind of push right back into that hourly gap. If we're going to reject off of that, what we like to see with hourly key levels or hourly kind of time frame things, we want to see 5 minute confirmations. That's kind of the time frame alignment. So if we get below this kind of low, we can utilize that 5 minute order block as a trade opportunity, maybe. Taking a sell here, stop above the high. I would be interested in something like this. The only issue is, obviously, we're going to be coming into open, so we'll have to see exactly what we're going to get out of this. But I don't know, looking at both assets, I feel like it's fair to say that the draw is lower. I don't think either assets have shown any real signs of going higher. Like, we swept London low earlier this morning after the news dropped, and then we spent 2 hours almost consolidating. Haven't seen a reaction off of that low really, and then we came down and now we've created a new low. So I don't really think we are bullish right now. We do have these equal highs up here. I will be definitely eyeing those, and I mean, they are going to be obvious target on price for later, hopefully in the morning. But I do think that I do think that for right now we are going to be in a bearish state. I'm wondering what we could get out of that. Hopefully we can catch a short. Hopefully we can catch a short. We'll see. All right, let's get our projections out. Whoa. All right. We're not taking this trade though. I don't like taking trades 5 minutes into open, especially when I'm not confident on the draw. If this was like a previous day low and then this happened to be like a daily gap and it was like, bro, we are heading to that, no doubt about it. I'd be like, okay, I'd be willing to take this because it's worth a shot because we could get an opening 1 minute candle that hits that, no problem. But because of the kind of lack of confidence that I have in the overall draw, considering the last 2 days I was spot on, I couldn't have been more spot on, really. I would like to kind of see a little bit more before I commit to anything. I do like these kind of equal highs. I'm wondering if maybe potentially we could see a opening push into these highs, into this kind of, I mean, it's probably an hourly gap at this point or a 15-minute gap. Um, a push into these highs into this gap and then a move lower. that I could potentially see, but as of right now, we're kind of just gonna stay patient coming into the opening bell and see what we get. Preferably, I'd like to see a move down towards these lows, because if we do hit these lows, we can start to reevaluate our bias and potentially look more for a bearish or a bullish bias. So yeah, either way, we're just kind of chilling right now. I mean, we have SMTs again with these lows, double SMT, which, I mean, it's a strong indication for SMT, but again, I like this level. I think it's a strong draw, so we'll see what we get. Um, yeah, coming into open, be patient. We're below this kind of lower VWAP level. I've been really liking the VWAP, man. I don't know what it is, but it just seems to add so much confluence for me. And it seems to really have a lot of effect on price too. Like if you're just monitoring price too, it's like um, it's a really interesting area to look for certain types of ideas to play out. So yeah, it's something I'm still looking into. Um, but yeah, we got 2 more minutes still open. That's actually kind of crazy because, to be fair, blue probably does have the best. Like having New York and Maine and all that kind of stuff, Massachusetts, and then also having kind of the Midwest, the Michigan, Wisconsin, Minnesota, and then you have like the Northwest. You have like the kind of Montanas. You have Washington. Like that's probably the best for sure. Preferably, I would obviously choose. I mean, if we're just talking travel, live and travel, it's just like the bottom right. It's only Florida. That's the only real place. Like Florida, South Carolina, maybe. I wouldn't really. Tennessee, maybe. But I wouldn't really want to live anywhere else. So. Uh, 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 uh. All right, 5 seconds here. Opening bell, and we're getting the exact opposite of what we wanted. Whoa. Oh, wow. Well, stopped out there on the little idea. Took it on eval. Thought it was worth a shot. Um, but yeah, this is exactly why I do not take trades prior to open, because you get this kind of a opening candle where it's 30 seconds in, it's 50 points, and it's a doji candle, looks on both sides. Um, and yeah, at this point, I'm hoping we go up and take out these highs because that would kind of suck if we don't. Um, Looking for singular gaps. I'm seeing this. I mean, we do have SMT here. Yeah, that's gonna really suck if I got stopped out on this eval play, because it was only a couple. I think it was maybe 2 or 3 points. I'm just so disappointed too with the month of May in the news. Both times was trying to utilize news to help pass these evals. Both um, NFP and CPI were terrible. Like we did absolutely nothing. I like how ES is pushing lower because NQ was the weaker asset coming into open. But now that ES is pushing lower, I do like that. NQ is trying to be a little difficult right now. Nothing so far in terms of nothing so far in terms of what yeah, that sucks because if we're just gonna push right lower, that means I got wicked out. So unfortunate. Because what I did is I had to stop exactly where it is here, right? Um, just a couple points. That's a little uncorrelated right now. Yes, actually, it's a really nice 2 minute. But with ES being the weaker asset, I'm not a big fan. I mean, I could definitely see something like this if we get above this gap here. I could definitely see us hitting this pretty quick. The unfortunate thing is, it's going to be one of those trades where you have to just play the gap and hope that you don't get a move back inside of it. Um, Damn, yeah, it's gonna close right there. I mean, there's no way we don't hit that right away. Yeah, that's exactly what you wouldn't want to see. So yesterday when we had something similar, what we did was we inverted that, we tapped into it and expanded right away. So that's exactly what you don't want to see. That's why I did not like that. I was looking at taking it potentially. And I'm not saying it can't work. I'm gonna be yawning like this all day. I'm not saying it can't work, but that is not what you want to see because I mean the closure is so you're only 30 points, less than 30 points. Um, right below the gap is already 1-to-1, so I mean any more you're negative R, so there is this gap too that we did utilize and come back down into. But We never got that 2 minute close on ES. This girl went on the news. Minor sweep there. I kind of like this 30-second on NQ. If we can get a really strong reaction here, like I'm talking immediate reaction, straight up here, I could see us taking this 30-second long up to those equal highs. We're looking at 293. It's almost 50 points. Didn't get the close. Now we're just gonna rip right through. Fuck. I was gonna take it, but we didn't get a good closure. I mean, that's very nice reaction. We're good. We're still waiting. We're still chilling. Let's see what happens. That's exactly the issue with taking trades. That's the issue with. That's why you want to wait for closures, because if we had gotten the closure and then swept that high, we would have been break even, like this little high right here, and then we would have been okay with this retracement down. But this is exactly what you don't want to see. Like when we invert levels, when we have this type of a strong reaction, for us to just completely like engulf that a couple candles later, it's not ideal. I think we're generating liquidity though. I mean, we're holding below this view up level. We're not getting up to it. There's multiple stacked highs. Like there's this one, this one, this one, and now these two. It seems like we're prepping for a really nice run. It's strengthening the draw from, in my eyes, higher, but it's just about when are we going to get the opportunity that actually works out. Because we had an SMT here, we had a really strong, I mean, I said it, if we get a really strong reaction, but unfortunately that first 30 seconds closed right below. I mean, fortunately, unfortunately, however you want to look at it, um, if we had gotten a better closure, I would have been break even following the sweep of that internal high, because you'd expect us to just go. You don't expect us to invert an internal high and then come right back down. So that was the first idea of the day, or of the opening session, that we've actually kind of been very interested in, but we did not get that. So still chilling. If I'm just judging the market off of vibes, it just has that feeling like we want to go up, but we're being pulled lower first. And I find I get that feeling a lot in the market. You kind of you kind of have an idea of where the market wants to go. There's clear or obvious levels that the market seems like it's attracted to. It keeps kind of trying to make this push towards it, but then it just gets ran over, and then it tries to make a push and then gets ran over. I feel like that's kind of what's happening here. Um, it feels like we kind of want to make that push higher, but we're getting pulled lower. I think ES is very close to its I don't even know what you want to call it. Like, it's not the Asia low. It's just, I don't even know if it was that in the first 15 minutes. Yeah, it was like within the first 15 minutes. Might have even been within the first like five. But yeah, within the first 15 minutes, that low that we formed, kind of the low of day, we're really close to it on ES. We're only a couple points, 5 points away. NQ's a lot further. We're almost, at this rate, we're almost 100 points away. So there's another thing that we could potentially see. We could see NQ drive into this new week opening gap while ES takes out this low, and then we could see that inversion higher and up towards these highs. So that could be kind of our SMT there, potentially. So we're just going to keep an eye on that. Whew. Still no gaps in this opening 15 minutes. So now we have a little bit of a 15-minute opening range. We have the macro opening up in 5 minutes. So I'm hoping we can get something here. Maybe we get the reversal, the SMR somewhere in the macro. Go to the bathroom quick. We just stay impatient. We've reclaimed that 30-second. Don't care though. Irrelevant. Alright, we have our first gap. First gap of the, holy moly. First gap of the session. I'm not liking it as I'm not liking it as the first presentation fair value gap, just because usually I like the first presentation fair value gap to be a bit more of a displacement leg. And we were delivering off of basically nothing, and we went to nothing, and then it's just a lonesome gap. I do like the relevance of opening range or of these types of gaps. My only issue with taking a short right now is that ES is so close that I could see us taking out these lows and then coming back up. I don't know. We'll see. 50 seconds. We'll see where we are in 50 seconds, where that close ends up being. Because I mean, look at this. Look at this liquidity right here on both assets. You're starting to really generate some low resistance liquidity. So I'm thinking the better option, the better idea might be for us to wait for the reversal at the lows and the move higher. Still have another 30 seconds. So I just don't like the first presentation fair value gap personally. I don't think it's strong. Like, I think if it was somewhere in this area here, because we had taken out this high and had some heavy displacement, it would have had a bit more meaning, but okay, so we do have the inversion there. Um, ES not inverting though. I mean, if we just go higher, I don't like what we were gonna see in price, but I mean, I do really like this idea. But I don't know. I feel like a lot of resistance right now. We're kind of really chopping, so we're kind of just throwing a dart at the thing and hoping it hits the target. Kind of in the midpoint of this range. A little bit indecisive. I mean, I'm leaning bearish. I do like this 113 level on NQ or 407.50 on ES. Why is that so? Oh, because that's versus 407.50. What are we gonna do here? Yeah, we'll just keep that there just so we have it, just so we know where that level is. That's so gay. That's insane, bro. Dude, this is one of the realest things I've ever read. Kids after 15 years of government education don't know how to cook, don't know what's healthy food, on 3 prescription meds, can't fix anything, can't grow food, can't change a tire, thinks there's 34 genders, never built anything. School teaches you how to be an employee. That is facts. That is so true. School doesn't teach you how to be a good person in society, it teaches you how to be an employee. It teaches you how to swallow the bullshit of stuff that is meaningless and pointless. Teaches you how to basically, it teaches you the general knowledge of shit you're never going to use. I still think it's hard for you to figure out, holy crap, what to do in life at such a young age. Like at 16 or 12 or whatever, but I also don't think it's worthwhile for kids to be learning shit that they're just never going to use in life up until they're 18. So, I mean, how many people are sitting there in grade like 11 and 12 with a good idea of what they want to do, but they have to take math because they have to. They have to take English because they have to. Like, I want to be a mechanic, but I have to take English all these years. Like, what the hell? Yeah, this sucks. I mean, ES just having a huge pump higher. Not ideal. it's kind of been more peaceful, I think, since I've gotten rid of YM. I think it was just it felt like I was missing something before, and then I brought on YM, and then it felt like it just complicated too many things. And then a couple weeks ago, whenever I got rid of it, I think it was either no, it wasn't last week. I think it was a week before when I got rid of it. It was like days upon days of just nothing being correlated. Like the amount of time that I spent. That's so weird, man. It's like a little mini double SMT. But the amount of time that I spent like looking at YM, and it's like yes, I here being drawn towards all time high. Meanwhile, NQ's like sweeping previous day low, and it's like way far away from all time highs. It's like fuck, really. Whoa, why am I over here? Okay, let's bring that up. Bring this up. I mean, I really like these draws. This kind of generated liquidity, but damn. This is essentially a double SMT I'm talking about. Because ES made a new low with this, and then NQ kind of did this and this. It's like, yeah, sorry. But there we go. Like, that was an SMT, then that was an SMT. Double SMTs are my favorite confirmations, but yeah. I mean, that just sucks because, you form a first presentation fair value gap, then you invert it, then you come back up. It's tough. I mean, this 1 minute gap was nice, but pretty hard to get positions. We're inside of this macro now. I just don't really like that. I don't think it's that. I mean, to get a V-shaped recovery off of no sweep, nothing significant, and then for us to just rip like this, to me shows the insignificance of that level. So I like the other 1 minute gap. I like this 1 minute gap being a strong area of interest. If we flip this, potential for us to go lower because we get below that VWAP. Um, I think we still have unfinished business below. I mean, I thought it was either one first then the other. Um, so we'll see what we get here. And we did get a real nice 30-second BPR inversion. Now starting to get a bit of order flow respecting here. Get that OB. Could start to see a push lower. Yikes, if that's the reaction we're gonna get, then RIP to longs or shorts. Yeah, it just freaking sucks, man, because yesterday and Tuesday I was so confident in the draw. I just couldn't get myself positioned properly. I just really dropped the ball. And it just sucks because then on a day like today, it's like I'm good with just chilling because I'm not sure where we're heading. But then it's like it's Thursday. We're down on the week. If I don't take a trade today, that leaves one more day. And then now I'm in my head. It's like if I don't take a trade tomorrow, it's like now a whole week has gone by where I've seen negative progress. And I know it's not technically negative progress. I mean, I've done a lot of streaming, done a lot of talking through, I've done a lot of reviewing of my trades. I've seen a lot of the mistakes I've made. I've reviewed the missed opportunities, and I've come to the understanding that at the end of the day, my kind of trade trigger rate right now is like twice a week, and oftentimes it's super break even. Maybe it needs to be like 10 trades a week because maybe I lose five, but I win five, you know? I think right now I'm just struggling because I'm missing out on the wins and I'm taking, crappy trades or, maybe even just normal losses that I would take normally, but they are not accompanied by the wins because I'm just not confidently executing properly. It's definitely looking like could be seeing higher prices. I mean, we're seeing clean reactions. Yeah, it's just not ideal. Like, if ES would have swept that low, I mean, we would have been only looking for longs, which means we would have been interested in this kind of shit, you know? Like, I do like how we created an SMT here. We had a strong reaction, but now it's about seeing where the next draw is. Is the next draw a new high of day? Is it this London high? Maybe it was that 30-second. That was the play. 30-second long. Stop at the low. So far we're looking at 1R. Probably break even by now. Or honestly, if I was willing to take the full risk, the 2 micros, we'd be out at 200 already. Because it is really nice to see that once we got above this VWAP level, we have multiple touches, but they're all wicks. There's no bodies back below. Even on this, because this technically did close above, even this wick down here, the body stayed above. That's strength. So 62. I hate when I put my hand in my pocket, then I need to pull it out. It's still not a 1R. It's still not a 2R trade. I mean, yeah, the gap fill would have given us a nice opportunity. I don't know. I'm not too confident in taking a trade where we are currently in the market. I'm not saying that we're not bullish or that we don't expect higher prices. Yeah, he'll say that, and then it'll be like, you're a donut if you didn't take this easiest play of our time. Oh, wait. This another thing I forgot about today. I always forget this, man. We got our freaking opening range gap. Yeah, I don't know. 356. I think it coincides pretty close with the 1 minute, or yeah, I guess 1 minute kind of news candle gap fill. So I need 7 figures. We need some Mormon space wise. Would have been break even on the full trade there. I mean, we did everything I would want Price to do. To the buy side, we did a lot of damage to that opening range gap. We traded we traded probably about 90, 85%, 90%. Kind of get rid of that now, probably. I don't know. I think if we can get back below this VWAP level, gain ourselves a change in the state of delivery, and then invert this candle, I think we could, or this gap, We could be in for some nice shorts. It's just tough to say where you even put a stop like that. I don't know, somewhere there. That's crazy if someone actually made this. I hope it's not.
But listen, what are you gonna do if I say to you, the true church isn't the papal church or whatever? The true church is Chicano church, bro. Cholo church. Cholo church is the only
So
church.
funny.
How could you agree me or whatever? It's exclusive.
It's the or whatever. It's
Chicano church, bro. Cholo church is the only true church. How could you agree me or whatever?
or whatever. The way he says it is so good, man.
What's up, bro? Hey, fool. I'm good or whatever, dude. Hey, dude, like I went to Victory Church one time or whatever.
I love how he like says you can only like this tweet if you haven't traded this price action 21 minutes into the opening bell, as if like the idea of trading Doji's kind of model is that you've already like been fucking grinding 20 minutes in. And I guess for him personally, I mean, he's usually done by then, but Chicano church. It's exclusivism, bro. So funny.
Yeah, I think I'm just gonna hop out of that for now. I don't like it. I don't. Immediately, as soon as I entered, boom, straight fucking back up.
Huh.
Oh, what's your name and where are you from? Kyle from Chicago. From Chicago? Yeah. You visiting? Yeah. You ever been to Nashville before? A couple times, yeah. For a Blackhawks game? Yeah. All right, on a scale of 1 to 10, 1 being not a lot and 10 being a whole lot, how much would you say you know about hockey? Probably like, I didn't play professionally or anything, so probably like a 4. Oh, wow, okay. So, fan of the sport, I don't know. Some people say I don't know that much, so, okay.
Just a fucking way. That's so funny. Chicolo church. Cholo church. Starting to get real sick of this freaking NQ, man. It's just been so crap recently. Not crap, but like so like, I don't know. Damn, so he jumped right back in that bitch. Well, we got change state delivery. So that's good. I'm just not quite sold yet. Just, I gotta see a little bit more. I think we can get an inversion down here and hopefully some strong displacement down to these lows. It would be a quick and easy break even, hopefully. But I'm liking the movement. ES is about to reach into a 5-minute gap. Obviously, we'd hope and expect that that gets completely run over. I'm almost wondering if ES is looking like the better asset to take this trade on, just because NQ seems to be front running this. ES has a much more obvious target that's closer. So despite NQ being kind of weaker right now, I mean, not real. Oh, whoa. I mean, whoa. Yeah, that's ugly. Yeah, there's been a lot of weird candles. I mean, they don't look too big in hindsight looking at the market, but there's been a few kind of like, there's been this move, these bigger candles, this one right here. There's been some wicky candles. And I guess that looked a lot worse before the market opened, but I really want to take this short off this inversion here. I mean, that really does suck that, yeah, it's going to run straight down, isn't it? What time is it? 16. And maybe if we can trade back up into here. It's just those wicks now are freaking sus as hell, man. I'd like to get a little trade up into that 1-minute gap. Utilize it to send price lower, hopefully. I mean, you gotta admit, man, the guy's a good trader. The way he gets into a trade and it gets overrun, he gets out early, ends up being a mistake because price turns right over, and then he just gets right back in. And then he's at a point now where he's already break even. Damn. We really gonna do that, eh? I mean, I guess we can see what happens here. See what happens with this play. 172. So essentially what happened was I was eyeing a 15-second flip, but I'm just not too confident taking 15-second flips, so didn't take it. I mean, what do we have? We have 40 seconds left. I mean, if this candle on ES can really start to print lower. I mean, it's a 1-to-1. I mean, I think ES has a pretty strong chance of creating a. I just don't like if this doesn't close. Oh, I didn't even realize there's a 15-minute gap as well. Damn. Yeah, starting to look like we could have been in for a real nice trade. Honestly, though, I'm not. I just didn't like it. I didn't like using 15-second confirmation. I felt like I wasn't in early enough. I mean, I gotta go break even there now. Shitty entry on my evals, but I feel like you gotta go break even. Take it all off on 113. Hopefully we get that. My entry was 215 on the evals. Stop was above here. Now it's break even. 1 hour trade, risking 100. Well, actually, the risk was originally up here, I think. So we were risking like 120. But yeah, break even because now we have SMT here. Yeah, anybody trading this 1 minute inversion here probably would have gotten stopped out break even because this candle would have come down to here, wick back up. Well, I mean, I guess it's nice, positive to be like, yeah, looking like I took a nice trade today. Yes, it was on eval. Yes, I didn't have the confidence to take it on fundeds. Yes, I wish I would have taken it right here when we got the 15-second closure, but at the end of the day, happy overall. I mean, we better. I'm sorry, I'm just gotta say one thing. If we come back up and take me out break even, I will literally shit a brick because we're 40, so we're still like $80 away. So I mean, it's big enough for me personally. It's a $200 trade if that goes. Like if that don't hit, then
I'm not even looking at my account balance. I'm just gonna close when I feel like I should get out. We operate when it's presented, but it's usually like all night holds, not scalps or anything.
I mean, for us to invert these 1 minute gaps would be the cruelest thing I've ever seen. Because the thing that sucks is I already took a eval trade where I lost 100. So this trade would have made up that 100 and then another 100. If we like for us to fall short and just come back up and invert this, it would be so cruel. It would be so insanely cruel. And it just makes me think like with these evals, like what am I supposed to do? Like am I supposed to just fucking like I just can't gamble them like that. I just can't do that. We got a 5 minute flip too on ES, I just realized. well, I guess it was a few minutes ago. We did get the flip. Like, there's just no way ES doesn't hit those lows. I mean, ES is even closer than NQ to those lows right now. But for us to see a retracement up and not hit that is insane. But yeah, like going in with 2 contracts probably would have been a smarter idea for evals. So I feel like I'm just not going to get out of this eval jail on Lucid unless I start taking trades that are bigger. Because had I been in 2 contracts, I would have been up over $300 at the height. That would have been like, that's a third of the, or a fourth of the way there, right? So I just really hope we can push lower right now. Dude, I'm pretty sure there's not a happier place that you could be than right here. That's insane. Oh my gosh. If I had the money, I'd buy that shit right now. The trade-off is what? I mean, 160 kilometers from Rome Airport and 200 kilometers from Pisa. I feel like that's fine, right? I don't really care. Something like this would cost like, I don't know, it's hard to say because the house itself is not like insanely spectacular. Like in terms of just, actually it is fucking insane. It just doesn't have the modern aesthetic that our houses have now. Yeah, this would probably be like 9 figures. Sorry, 8 figures. This would probably be like 10 mil. And it's only 1.5. That's crazy, bro. Yeah, I don't want to stay, I want to stay at break even. I don't want to move it down because I could move it lower, but it's like, what's the point? Like this trade either hits TP or if it takes me out at break even. I just wish I had the confidence to get in short here. I mean, the CISD was the best thing. It just sucks because depending on where you put your fucking stop, you might have got fucked by that wick. Because, I mean, I probably, honestly, if I'm looking back at this and I was looking at taking that CISD, I might have put my stop just above that IFEG, which would have got me taken out. Like, how do we form this type of a candle and then just completely engulf it? And then just, like, it's just so weird. But yeah, I guess the best entry was right here. Best entry was right there. Probably, yeah, again, right up there. I mean, it would have been a real freaky entry because it would have went straight against you almost to the stop loss. But I think this was the best entry because I would have closed it by now. I wouldn't have held for the extra like couple points for the extra like 20 points or 15 points or whatever it ends up being. But yeah, it looks like it's going to be a break even. That's going to be, I think, the third or fourth day on evals that I've taken a winning trade, but I held out for full TP instead of. I held out for full TP and then it takes me out at break even. Like, I think yesterday I was up like just over 100. I was up 50 points. Then it comes back down. Other day, similar thing. So, I mean, looking at it from that perspective, I mean, in this trade too, how much was this trade at one point? We were up like 85 points. So, in total on evals, I probably had been in profit 50, like 180 points. And then if you look at, that's insane, bro. That is insane. I'm shocked. Because on ES, we just inverted the 15-minute. We didn't close below. That's insane. This 5-minute could be nuts, though. 5-minute long. I just don't think we're long, though, bro. There's no way we're long. Might have to call it there. I don't know if I can see it. I don't know what I see for the rest of the market. For the rest of the morning. So from being up like $170 to break even, fuck, it sucks, man. Like, if that 5-minute works out, fuck that, man. There's no way like how clean this run was down. Not interested. For us to fall that short, same thing with ES, for us to fall that short of this low, which is super close to that low. No thanks.
your help getting that tub out of here.
My help?
You might have to change clothes.
You don't think I can do it in these shoes?
No.
I'm so thankful I never have to take a shower in that yucky shower again.
There's a little rat's nest over there underneath the tub.
Uh-oh. A rat's nest? That's not a rat's nest.
Yes, it is.
No, it's not. There's no rat.
We're seriously gonna just reverse lower like this? This would be an example of learning how to take a short re-entry. I'm trying it out. I'm gonna put my stop. Put my stop right there. If this trade loses, then I'm just the biggest fucking loser in the world. This is what I struggle with though, so that's about to be a stop out. I mean, I guess I could put it a little higher, but it's probably just going to take me out anyways. Fuck off. I'm just going to close it. Fuck. So we're down. Down $150. I mean, fuck. We're just so fucked on these evals. It's not even funny. It's just so insane. But this is exactly what I'm talking about. Like somebody like Tyler, for example, takes a 2-minute. We'll go to the 2-minute just to make it easier. Takes a 2-minute short. Goes right here. Next candle opens up. Rips against him immediately. He's like, okay, I'm going to close this early. It ain't looking good. Bullish price action probably looks like it's continuing. Then that candle turns up to be just a little manipulation leg, because then we get 3 candles, boom, inverts it, gets a re-entry, ends up being the greatest trade of all time. Like seriously, this trade right here, I mean, like 2 contracts on this trade is only $150 risk. That's a $700 trade in like, well, I mean, it didn't hit full TP, so I mean, maybe it's a $600 trade for our. That works, but my re-entry off of this bullshit retracement doesn't. Like, this is probably still gonna go lower before we invert the 5-minute, but I'm just not interested anymore. I don't like the price action today. I don't think we have a clear target. I think that's exactly why today has been wonky. I don't think we've had a clear draw in the high time frame. We haven't had any movement. We're literally hovering right around the weekly open. We're Thursday at 10:30, and we're right around where we opened for the week. So I'm probably just gonna call it there then. No trades for me today again. Sucks, but that's just what it is. Nothing much in this opening hour and a half, or sorry, hour really. I mean, I'm going to monitor price. I think if we get above these highs, there's a potential for us to catch something, but I'm not taking a super big 5-minute inversion, especially when we left these lows. So $130 risk. I mean, totality is a 3-hour trade. I mean, this is really the last line of defense, because we are currently approaching OTE, I would assume. Yeah, so we hit 50%. Approaching OTE. This would be the last line of defense. I wouldn't really want to see us flip this 1 minute or disrespect this inversion, so. Or invert on the 5-minute. So this is really the last line of defense. So, I mean, if you're confident in shorts, this would be where you would get your best value. But does not look promising. We're a minute away from that 5-minute closure. Where is this low in relative to? So it's at the low of that kind of 5-minute candle, which ends up being this right here, yeah. I mean, yeah. Mm. So it looks like we might not get that 5-minute closure.
I went to confession in Japan to.
Hey, Dad. She needs a second cam. That's not gonna hold in the fall. Screw you. Listen to me, Annie. I don't care how.
You want one?
What was what?
The dumbest hill anybody's died on in a divorce proceeding.
So many hills.
Aside from the toaster.
Yeah, I think we're just gonna call it there.